With the 169th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Harrison Hand, cornerback out of Temple. And I tell you what, folks, born and raised in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, and with my wife, her in-laws, my in-laws, her family, they're all out in the Philly area. Whenever I hear a player in sports, specifically in football, get called up to the pro level from these two particular schools, I'm like, go ahead, pimp. Look, you got noticed here for football. Go ahead, man. I see you keep doing your thing, baby. In the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, that's Morgan State. And in the Philly area, that's Temple. I'm saying, yo, look at you. I'm proud of you, man. Look at this dude. Keep doing your thing. So anyway, Harrison Hand called up from Temple in the 5th round, 169th pick in the NFL Draft. What I like about this guy is the pop on snap. So the footwork is really key when you snap the ball. Playing cornerback is really, really, really hard. And when the ball snaps, if your footwork's not there immediately, you're left in the dust. It's curtains. But as soon as the ball snaps for Harrison Hand, pop, his footwork's there, and he's able to at least initially stay with his man. A lot of soft coverage they played at Temple, which was a little bit interesting. But when you compare that to what the Vikings did last year, something that really annoyed me with Mike Zimmer playing a lot of soft coverage on second and third short down situations. He's especially good in zone coverage. So I like when he has his helmet, his face facing the quarterback. He can make a lot of good plays. He's also good in man coverage in the short plays. So whether it's a short passing play or if it's a run play, he has the awareness to break off his man and try to make a tackle on the ball carrier. He's not afraid to make a tackle. In man coverage, though, in the intermediate and deep routes, that's where there's a little bit of concern, where his helmet gets turned around, his back gets turned around, and if you don't have safety help over the top, then you're just asking to give up a big play with Harrison Hand. So he really needs to make a little bit adjustment with his footwork. I think this is going to be a project. This isn't a guy, at least for right now, at the next level that you want to leave on an island. He's going to be a project, kind of like Chris Boyd was last year. And I respect what the Vikings are doing with the cornerback group because it was completely depleted after the 2019 season. And what they're saying is, we're not just going to take Jeff Gladney in the 1st. We're not just going to take Cam Dantzler in the 3rd. We are also going to take a 3rd cornerback in the 5th round. They're basically creating a legit farm system with the cornerbacks. I wish they would use this same energy with the offensive line. Not to say that they're not investing high draft picks in the O-line. Clearly, the last 3 or 4 years, they have done that. But I wish they would do a little bit more meat on the bones with the offensive line. Like I say, he's got good awareness on the short plays. And what I can respect about this is Mike Zimmer. I talk about him a lot, criticize him a lot, and I talked about in the last couple of videos how he can really coach up defensive backs, and I left something off of that because I don't think Mike Zimmer is a bad head coach. I think there are better options out there to coach up the Minnesota Vikings, but by no means, I don't think Mike Zimmer is a bad head coach. There are worse options, but Mike Zimmer, what he's also great at is identifying talent under one condition, that he has no idea who you are. So if you've never met before with Mike Zimmer and you play cornerback, he's objective enough to say, okay, you can play or you can't play. I can coach this dude or I can't. Whereas once the connection is made, you've hung out with him a couple of times, you went to his ranch in Kentucky, he knows your cat and your dog's name, he knows your wife, your kids, and all that other stuff. That's when I feel the judgment gets a little bit clouded because, oh my God, I view this guy as a son. But just assuming that Mike Zimmer has no idea who you are, Mike Zimmer can identify talent. And if he thinks Harrison Hand is a good enough player to add to this cornerback pool that we have with the Minnesota Vikings, then I'm good with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. We do this for as many times as players get picked, at least for the 5th and the 6th round, because the 7th round, nah, man, especially they selected a dude, Nate Stanley, in the 7th round, a backup quarterback. Nah, man, he's not going to beat Sean Mannion. What? The greatest backup quarterback of all time? Last year, it was Jake Browning. This year, it's Nate Stanley. We do this every year with backup quarterbacks. So we'll do 5th and 6th rounds today. The next pick that we'll dissect is wide receiver, selected with the 176th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Wide receiver, KJ Osborne out of Miami. We'll see you then.